I only have one comment. The world will not be a better place to live in if Sir Eric, or men like him, ever get control of the atomic bomb.
Just what this organization has been striving to achieve. Vigilant awareness in the cause of world peace.
A message in special code from one of our agents working with Rod Stanton in Pendrang.
From Tal Shan?
No, from Tal Shan's wife, Lakana. There is no doubt that Jeffrey London is Sir Eric Hazarias, and that Sir Eric is responsible for Dr. Elmore's disappearance.
Even getting rid of you, Stanton, presents difficulties. I had hoped to use the House of Beggars to demonstrate to Dr. Elmore the futility of resisting me. As it is, the wireless microphone, Mr. Stanton, that you had Miss Elmore concealed in my living room has tricked you instead of me.
Tal just left here. He'll never reach the House of Beggars in time to save Rod.
Come on, let's get out of here.
I'm sorry things didn't work out, Marjorie.
I know that. And yet I can't help worrying about Dad. Now what can we do?
The best thing for you to do is to go into Tal's office and stay there. We've got to be sure, Marjorie, that you're safe, and I think you are here.
Well, I'll do what you want, Rod.
Fair enough. Meantime, Tal and I'll dragnet Zalabar.
And ever since we received word of Dr. Elmore's disappearance, my men have been searching Zalabar from one end to the other. But so far, no trace of the missing man has been found.
What about Sir Eric and Malborn?
I investigated their quarters personally, but found nothing.
Are you keeping track of Stanton?
Stanton, Sir Eric, and Malborn.
One or the other ought to lead you to Dr. Elmore, but continue your search. I want Dr. Elmore found, and found quickly.
Indra, mind telling me why you're so interested in Dr. Elmore?
I believe that he's the key to the whole situation, and that Stanton was getting too close, and that our friends, Sir Eric and Malborn, took personal charge of the doctor.
And lucky for us, he doesn't know Sir Eric is only camouflage for Malborn. You hope to find out what's actually going on through Elmore.
Exactly.
Open up.
Well, Doctor, have you made up your mind to translate the broken plaque for us?
Not until you can convince me that Sir Eric won't use the translation for some new war scheme.
We've been very patient with you, Dr. Elmore, but even patience has its limits.
Your threat is proof that Sir Eric will misuse the translation.
All right, Johnson, see what you can do.
I'll do it. But how can I translate the plaque? It isn't here. This photograph you gave me is smudged with ink and fingerprints. You can see for yourself. It's ruined.
We can soon remedy that with the negative.
There's your answer, Greb.
You forget, Doctor, you still have the plaque in your possession.
Yes. And only I know where it is, and it's going to stay that way.
I can make him talk.
I'll handle this, Johnson. Doctor, we'll give you just a little more time to decide to tell us where that plaque is hidden, and then...
The answer will still be the same.
We'll see. All right, Johnson.
even though Stanton escaped with the help of Tal Shad. We still have Dr. Elmore safe aboard the schooner, without Stanton or Indra having the least idea where he is.
Safe aboard the schooner does not solve our problem. It is necessary to have Meteorium to complete my invention that makes the atomic bomb useless. And Dr. Elmore is the only one that can lead us to that missing element. So he is therefore the only obstacle between you and world power.
The patience with a man like Elmore won't get us what we want. He knows we can't kill him because only he can tell us.
Sir Eric.
Hmm?
It's going to be more difficult to get that translation than we thought.
How, Greg?
Stubborn fool won't tell me anything.
I repeat, Sir Eric, there are ways of making a man talk.
Some of them, my dear Gaffron, less brutal, but just as effective as those which you advise.
Hello, Governor. I hope you've got your stomach all set for some of this hot mulligan. It's the cook's specialty.
Well, thank you.
Hubert's the name, Governor, Hubert. And I ain't got much liking for the name anyway.
I think it's a very nice name, Hubert. But I'm not very hungry.
Oh, you've got to eat, Governor. That hot mulligan'll do you good. Sort of perk you up.
Well, maybe you're right.
There you are, sir. You know, Governor, I ain't got much liking for this here business.
What business?
You know, what's going on around here? You and the brig and all that.
I'm afraid there's not very much we can do about it.
Oh, I wouldn't say that, Governor. Now, if you had a friend on the outside, you know, someone you'd like to send a message to, maybe I could fix it for you.
How?
There's lots of ways of doing things, Governor. But of course, it's kind of risky, you know.
I think I could arrange to have you well paid.
500?
Yes?
And Governor, you write a note and I'll see it gets to the right party.
I can't tell them to come here.
Tell them not to say anything to anybody. But meet me with the 500 at half odds at 5 o'clock. And I'll take care of everything.
How's this, Hubert? It's to my daughter.
Well, that's fine, Governor.
Do they ever ask you any questions or search you when you leave the boat?
Come to think of it, they do every once in a while.
Then I'll just slip this note in with these cards and put them in the box.
Good.
They'll never suspect there's anything wrong with a deck of cards in your pocket.
And at 5:30, Governor, you'll be waiting for a big surprise. Here's the big surprise I promised you, Governor.
Marjorie, you shouldn't have come here.
Father and daughter reunited.
500 is chicken feed, Dr. Elmore, when you're playing with a man like Sir Eric, and my Cockney act is worth much more anyway.
We know you care nothing for yourself, Doctor. But your daughter is a different matter. I'm sure you'd prefer telling me where that plaque is and translating it than to have anything happen to her.
Don't listen to him, Dad. It's better that you and I should suffer than to let Sir Eric go on with a scheme that would bring suffering to millions.
Like father, like daughter. You both have that same stubborn streak.
It's just that we don't approve of Sir Eric or anything he stands for.
Perhaps when you see what we have planned for you, you'll change your mind.
There isn't anything you could do that would make us change our minds.
Don't decide too quickly. Observe these small elephants closely. They're very interesting. When they meet, I think you will find it a very forceful argument. You can see for yourselves. It would be extremely dangerous for anyone sitting in that chair.
It's no use, Marjorie.
I'd rather have it that way than to think we'd helped Sir Eric.
I'll leave you alone for a few minutes to talk it over.
Don't give up, Dad. There must be some way we can get help.
There is. If Rod will only find it. We should have figured something like this would happen.
She didn't come through the lobby.
There's your answer. Rod.
Marjorie, when this is delivered to you, meet the bearer with $500 at half arch. He will be waiting at 5 o'clock this afternoon. Please don't tell anyone about this meeting. Anxiously, Dad.
Is it in Dr. Elmore's handwriting?
Yes.
Then Dr. Elmore has been tricked into writing it.
No doubt about it. But Marjorie's in the trap by now.
Probably she is. But maybe she thought it was a trap. That would explain why she left a note behind.
But I can't understand how it was delivered.
In that deck of cards, probably thrown through the window. Here, let me have those, Tal. Look.
Markings on the edges. Rod, it could be
It's a message. Dr. Elmore's smarter than Sir Eric.
If we can only figure it out in time to do Marjorie and Dr. Elmore some good.
What? Here, sort these. Spades on top, ace to the king. Hearts, clubs, and diamonds. That's the way they're usually packed.
Now we'll see what's what.
This is it, Tal.
Schooner.
Schooner? Here in Mountain Lock, Pendrang?
It was built for river trade, but it was never practical. It's been rotting for years down in the basin.
Maybe impractical as a schooner, but not as a hideout.
Is there anything you want to tell me, Dr. Elmore?
My father has nothing to say to you.
Very well.
Come on.